Okay, the first thing that I'm really glad that I brought is like a squeegee towel kind of thing that like soaks up a lot of water and you can squeeze it all out. I used it every single day. I got it from Trader Joe's. It was awesome. And then the other two things are a sleeping bag and a pillow, because you have no idea where you're going to be sleeping. And if you want to go on like an adventure or you want to go to like a game park or something like that, it's pretty amazing to know that you're sleeping in something that's clean.
I'm so glad that I brought stickers because they're a great incentive for kids to answer questions in the classroom. Every time someone got an answer right, I'd go put a sticker on their forehead, and then everyone else would be ready, waiting for the next question so they could get that sticker. I also am so glad that I brought my iPod and iPod speakers, because together we danced to Beyonce and Akon, and I used a lot of American songs in my teaching. I'm also really glad that I brought a gift for my host family because it was a great icebreaker, and now they'll have something of mine to remember me by always.
3 things I'm glad I brought definitely was a Nalgene bottle. Use it all the time. Daily contact lenses that I could throw out each day, and I'll put a new one in the next morning. And wrinkle-free pants that I can use when I teach and I don't have to iron every morning.
One thing I'm really glad I brought was a sleeping bag. I didn't buy a blanket and I only had sheets, so I slept with it every single night, so it kept me very, very warm. And I actually went camping a couple times, so it came in very, very useful. I'm also really glad that I brought like comfort food. I brought some like chocolate and candy from home, so if I was having a bad day, it was a really nice treat and just a way to remind myself of home.
3 things I'm glad I brought would be my computer. That I ended up using that a lot, and with like a internet 3G device. And another thing I'm glad I brought was warm clothes, because it is kind of cold in the mornings and at night. And I'm also very glad I brought my camera. Yeah, of course, that's an easy one. There's lots of things to take pictures of. It's good to keep those memories safe and easily retrievable later if you want to just remember things or share with people. Yeah.
I wish I brought a dictionary for my learners, a few actually, more Purell to be a little more better hygiene, and nicer clothes for when I teach, and nicer clothes when I go out, and nicer clothes for when I'm meeting new people.
I brought a netbook instead of like a regular laptop, but I wish that I had either like a computer with a DVD player, or I had brought more movies. Not even for myself, but like most of the kids wanted to really watch American movies and I didn't have any. The second thing is I wish I had brought speakers to like share my music with other people, and the kids always wanted to dance, so I wish that I had speakers for them. And the last thing is that I wish I brought more pictures of my family in my hometown, because they were so curious to know about my family and things like that.
I wish I brought nicer clothes. Since I thought I would be teaching in Africa, I didn't bring necessarily my most editorial or fashionable wardrobe, and I found that the teachers at the school were more stylish than me. I also wish I brought warmer clothes, in spite of everyone telling me it was Namibia's winter. Right now back in Houston it's 100 degrees, and I really suffered during the night. I had to go to a china shop and get warm socks and a shawl to keep myself warm, so I wish I packed accordingly. I also wish that I brought DVDs, because all of the learners asked to see American movies from back home, and I thought that would have been a nice treat if I had actually brought movies from America for them to see.
Okay, 3 things I wish I brought. The first one would be iPod speakers. I was lucky enough to have a really good china shop by me, so I eventually bought them. But it was a great way to get to know the students, and they'll all come in just if you listen to music or say you played it the last 5 minutes, or if you have open lab, they love listening to your kind of music. So it's a great way to get to know your learners. I also wish I brought some more just nicer clothing. The teachers are very stylish, and I didn't realize how dressed up they got. And also for things just like the first week of orientation, and if I wanted to wear something kind of cute on the weekends, I didn't have much of that either. So I wish I brought more like maybe tank tops and stuff like that. I also wish I brought like a purse or something that was in between a bag and like something smaller, because I didn't bring anything like that, and that would have been nice to carry around.
3 things I wish I brought with me would be, first thing, some nicer clothes. All the teachers dress really sharp here, yeah. Another thing is I wish I brought more like snacks and just stuff. Anything that I would be able to give to people, because things like chewing gum, yeah, and like chocolate, and maybe like, I don't know, like a flashlight or something. I gave a flashlight to a boy, and he was like super excited about it, yeah. But just stuff to give, because like it's appreciated. And another thing I wish I had brought would be more books, yeah. Because I brought like PDFs on my computer, but it was just so hard to like sit and read on a computer anyway. But some more physical books.
Some things I wish I left out were definitely shirts or clothes that meant a lot to me, as most of my stuff gets dirty or gets lost, or I'm going to leave it here. And then school supplies. I can buy most of it in Namibia, so I kind of wish I didn't bring so much. Yeah, that's really it.
3 things that I wish I hadn't brought. One was like suit jackets. I was under the impression that maybe people would be really formal, which some of them were, but I looked like an idiot wearing a suit jacket on my first day of school, and it just took up a lot of space. The second thing that I wish I hadn't brought was like a lot of pairs of shoes, because most of the time I wasn't wearing shoes, and if I was just wearing the same shoes over and over, and they kind of get destroyed in the sand anyway. And then the third thing that I wish I hadn't brought was as many warm clothes as I did. It wasn't as cold as I had expected.